Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to give you my new Vulgar Full Body program. This is a full body workout you will want to try. Before I get into this topic, if you guys would like a custom workout, please check out the link down below. I can build you a custom workout based on this structure or really any other structure in the Massive Iron world. They are only $39.99. All right, so here's the problem. You might have tried full body workouts in the past. You might have found them to be tedious. Maybe they run too long, etc. I wanted to put together a full body workout that I could do more than 3 days a week. Something that didn't keep me in the gym, that didn't make me live in the gym, and something I actually enjoyed because I tend not to enjoy full body workouts. I've been running this program this week. I completely enjoy it. It's a little bit different from your normal full body workout because it has some more intense rest pause action built in using Savage sets or the Savage protocol. I'm going to dive into things. Before I do so, if you would like a copy of this PDF, check out the link down below. All right, the Vulgar Full Body Workout, an intense full body workout you will want to try. Why do I call this vulgar? Well, way back in 2008, I created a program called the Drunk Russian. It was basically a full body workout that you would train 5 days a week. During this program, you were squatting for a single set every single training day. Now, this was a crazy program. It was a lot of fun. I ran it for quite a while. But I wanted to put together something that didn't have you squatting every day, that was a little bit more straight hypertrophy focused. So here we have the Vulgar program. Why did I name it the Vulgar program? Well, my heritage, some of my family heritage goes back to Germans that settled in the Volga River in Germany. So I want to kind of play off my heritage a little bit, but Volga didn't make much sense. So hence something a little bit more intense called the Vulgar Full Body. Now, as I mentioned, the main focus of this program is going to be doing Savage sets on the last set of every exercise, and we will dive into how you do that. Basically, you're going to be doing 2 sets per exercise, and then after the last set, you're going to be doing 2 additional rest pause sets. Now, this program can be run in a number of different ways. You're going to have 4 unique workouts. So you can run it 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. You can run it 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 2 days off if you want it to fit over the course of a week. You could run it every other day over the course of an 8-day cycle. Or you could run it something like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and do 3 workouts a week and just cycle through the 4 different workouts in order. Now, for each major area of focus, meaning your chest, back, shoulders, and quads, you're going to be performing 4 exercises for each of these. Now, let's dive into the structure for these 4 major areas of focus. You're going to be using exercises that run from what I call the big hitter to the finisher. Your big hitting exercise, again, we're going to be using 4 exercises for chest, back, shoulders, and quads. Your big hitter is going to be your most intense exercise like squats, or bench press, or military press, or barbell row, something that is really intense with a big progression indicator. After this, we have a second tier exercise. This is your backup big hitter, generally a different type of apparatus. So if you're doing a bench press for your big hitter, it could be an incline dumbbell bench for your second tier. If you're doing squats for your big hitter, your second tier could be like leg press or hack squats. Doesn't really matter, but this is still a pretty impactful exercise with a big progression opportunity. Next up, we have what is called the gapper. This exercise still has a reasonable progression approach, but isn't as physically intense. It could be something like a machine chest press, a seated cable row, or an upright row for your shoulders. And finally, we have a finisher. This is going to be a lighter kind of isolation exercise. You're going to do something like a pec deck or a lateral raise, or even leg extensions for your quads. Now, we're not done yet. We're going to work in minor areas of focus like your biceps, triceps, etc. We have 8 different exercise slots left that we need to fit into these 4 different workouts. So basically 2 extra slots per day. This is going to give you a total of 6 exercises for each training day, and it's going to probably run you about 75 minutes. So it's going to be pretty reasonable as far as your investment on a daily basis. Now, what I'm about to give you is just a starting point. You can adjust it as you need to or just to fit your personal preferences. But we're going to start with 2 biceps exercises, 2 tricep exercises. So then you're going to have 4 exercise slots left. Using these, you can fit in 2 exercises for hamstrings and then maybe an exercise for your rear delts and traps or your forearms if you want to train your forearms directly. At minimum, I would probably suggest 2 exercise slots for biceps, 2 for triceps, maybe at least 1 for hamstrings, and then fill in the gaps wherever you want. If you want to add in an extra exercise per training day and you don't mind pushing things to 80 to 90 minutes per workout, that's perfectly fine. All right, so this is going to be the workout structure. And again, if you want a PDF copy of this, check out the link down below. I'm going to give you days 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can see we're going to switch up things here. So on day 1, you're going to lead with the chest big hitter and then do second tier for back, your gapper for shoulders, and then your finisher for quads. And you can see on day 1, we're going to do a triceps and biceps exercise. On day 2, you're going to lead with a big hitter for back, and you're going to do your second tier exercise for chest. Then you're going to do your gapper for quads and your finisher for shoulders. And here we're going to work in a hamstring exercise and a traps exercise. So for day 3, we're going to start with our big hitter for shoulders. We're going to do our second tier for quads, our gapper for chest, and our finisher for back. And on day 3, you're also going to do triceps and biceps. Again, on day 4, big hitter for quad. So this could be your squat day. Shoulders, second tier exercise. Back, your gapper, and chest, your finisher. And then we're going to round off the training day with hammy whammies and your rear delts. Now, I will say this is just a general structure. So if you don't want to do your big hitter on day 4, you can move your big hitter to day 3 or do whatever the heck you want. Just make sure you structure things in a way that makes sense to you. If you want to do 2 big hitters on a training day, you certainly could. This is just a template or a structure. It's meant to give you ideas rather than to just be a program that you must do as structured. So we're not done yet. Stick around. We're going to get into the nuts and bolts or the meat and potatoes of this, which are the Savage sets. The Savage sets are going to differentiate the Vulgar Full Body from any other full body workout you are doing or have done. So here I've included a little bit of examples on how to structure what exercises or how to structure in your big hitter or second tier, gapper, or finisher. You can take a screenshot if you want. These are just examples. You can see on day 1, I led with bench press as my big hitter. You could use incline bench or whatever you want. Day 2, the big hitter was T-bar. You could use dumbbell rows. You could use deadlifts if you want. You could use pendlay rows or barbell rows. Day 3, the big hitter for shoulders, I listed here seated pin press. You could use military press. You could even use a seated dumbbell overhead press. And of course, day 4, we're leading with the big hitter of squats. If you're not a squatzilla, if you don't want to squats, heck, put in leg press, put in pendulum squat, put in leverage squat. I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Just pick exercises that you enjoy. All right, so here we go. This is the important part, the Savage protocol. In this workout, the Vulgar Full Body, you are going to be doing 2 sets per exercise. So with the exception of squats, we're not going to generally do rest pause work with squats. If you want to try this, you certainly can. If you do rest pause with squats, you're going to want to rest just a little bit longer, maybe 30 to 45 seconds in between your rest pause efforts. So here's how it works. You're going to use the same weight for both sets of an exercise. So you're not going to be changing weight in between sets. You're going to be doing your rep target for the first set. So if you decide to do bench press for 8 reps, you're going to stop the first set at 8 reps. The second set, after a full rest period, you're going to rest until you feel physically and mentally ready to go again. You're going to perform maximum safe quality reps. So there's no stopping point on the second set. After your second set is done, you're going to rack the weight and you're going to rest 15 to 20 seconds or approximately 10 deep prolonged breaths. After that, you're going to get back after it with that exercise. This is your rest pause work. You're going to perform maximum safe quality reps. Then you're going to rest again for 15 to 20 seconds or 10 deep breaths and do one final savage rest pause set where you perform maximum safe quality reps. So again, you're only doing the savage protocol or the rest pause work on your second or last set. Now, even though you're only doing 2 sets per exercise with the rest pause work, it's going to function in a way basically giving you about the equivalent of 3 sets for each exercise. Plus, when you have the savage work in, it's adding in additional really intense work. So you're bringing up the overall average rep quality. The one thing I will say is that savage sets are optional. So you don't have to do them on every exercise. If you didn't want to do them on pendlay rows, for example, you don't have to. I would try to do them on most or many of your exercises, but if you simply have an exercise that's beating up your lower back or you don't want to do with rest pause work, that's fine. Again, this is just a general structure. Now let's talk about savage progression. How do you progress or how do you add weight? Progressive overload is key, and without it, you're not going to build muscle. So as far as rep ranges, you can use whatever rep range you want for any exercise. For your big hitters, you could use, for example, between 5 to 8 reps if you wanted. Second tier, you could use 8 to 12 reps. A gapper could be 10 to 15, and your finisher could be a little bit higher. Generally, I don't like to go above 15 reps, so adjust this as needed. I would probably recommend for your big hitters sticking between 5 to 10 reps. For your second tier, maybe 8 to 12. For your gapper, 10 to 15 is pretty reasonable. And for your finisher, probably 12 to 15 or up to 20 if you are a masochist. Again, you'll be performing 2 working sets. The first set is going to be kind of a feeler. You're going to stop at your rep target. So again, if you're zeroing in on 8 reps for bench, you stop the first set at 8. The second set is your all-out set. We want to make sure we're safe during our training, so don't beat up your body. Push for maximum safe quality reps on the second set. Now, progression on your second set, if you go 2 or more reps over your target, so using our bench press example, if you stopped at 8 reps or 8 reps is your target on the first set, on the second set, you're going to perform maximum safe quality reps. If you hit 10 or more or 2 over your target, then you would move up in weight the next time you perform this exercise. If you fall short and you only hit 8 or 9 on the second set, then you just continue forward the next week using the same weight. The savage rest pause work is just additional icing on the cake. You can track those reps, but they're going to have no impact on progression or when you progress. Now, always remember, you can't just go into the gym and do a workout. You need to progressively overload to build muscle. The goal with this progression approach is consistent forward pressure. We're going to always be looking at the logbook, trying to add reps safely over last time. This system is designed to maximize fiber recruitment and metabolic stress, extend the effective training time under tension or mechanical tension, and push beyond traditional what we would call failure without requiring extra sets. Now, final thoughts. Please understand this is just a framework. Adjust it to fit your preferences. You can take it and adjust it as you need to. If you'd like a custom workout, don't hesitate to check out the link below. You can always message me on WhatsApp if you have any questions, or email me as well. And don't forget, if you want the PDF to this, there's a link down below. The PDF is actually about 70 pages and contains my complete bulking information or guidelines as well. Before you guys go, I want you to check out this video, 5 full body workouts for the natural lifter. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.